The story of the CAR-15 N-23 begins not as a single rifle, but as an answer to a question that haunted military planners in the mid-20th century. How do you give soldiers the firepower of a full-length rifle in a weapon compact enough for the unpredictable, claustrophobic realities of modern warfare? Classified broadly as a compact carbine derived from the larger M16 family, the CAR-15 represented a pivotal shift in small arms philosophy. It was neither a traditional battle rifle nor a submachine gun. Instead, it occupied a strategic middle ground, bridging the gap between power and portability, precision and maneuverability. In an era when warfare was moving from open fields into dense jungles and urban corridors, that balance became essential. The CAR-15 designation originated within the product line of Colt's manufacturing company during the 1960s, a time when American forces were deeply engaged in Southeast Asia. The N-23 variant part of a broader family of carbines, from the urgent need for a shorter, lighter weapon built around the 5.56 x 5mm cartridge that had already defined the M16 platform. That it is, by so unsigned to revented to see to rewide revent. About radar reminder with a bapaka plea in my it's a we to it's a suck it this to we to yeah it's quit to quickly it's a clinic of it to I cook belibi to yak penny boys to lex to go app wow is the dog lie the bear at your book the bear versus pick up the dead with the back stick I it's The CAR itself stood for Colt Automatic Rifle, though the system it described was far more flexible than a single configuration. It was a modular concept before modularity became doctrine, a family of shortened rifles engineered to adapt to the evolving character of conflict. To understand the CAR-15 N-23, one must first understand its classification. By the 20th century, however, the term had evolved. In this context, the CAR-15 N-23 was not merely a smaller M16. It was a recognition that modern battlefields demanded agility as much as range. The development of the CAR-15 environments found the standard M16 rifle effective but sometimes unwieldy. Helicopter crews, special reconnaissance teams, and advisors embedded with Allied forces needed a weapon that could be deployed rapidly in confined spaces. Designers at Colt responded by shortening the barrel, reducing overall length, and refining components to maintain reliability despite the more compact form. The N-23 variant represented one of the iterations aimed at improving durability and controllability while preserving the high-velocity characteristics of the 5.56mm round. Colt's engineers faced a delicate engineering challenge. Shortening a rifle barrel affects muzzle velocity, gas pressure, and overall ballistic performance. The company had to recalibrate the gas system still based on the direct impingement mechanism of the M16 to function reliably with a reduced barrel length. The operating system, in simple terms, channels gas from the fired cartridge back into the bolt carrier to cycle the action. In a shorter barrel, that gas system operates under different pressures and timing. Ensuring consistent function required careful adjustments, not dramatic reinvention, but meticulous engineering refinement. Weighing significantly less than traditional battle rifles of previous decades, the CAR-15 platform typically fell in the range of approximately 2.5 to 3 kilograms unloaded, depending on configuration. Its barrel length was notably shorter than the standard 20-inch rifle, often around 10 to 14 inches in various carbine versions. Rate of fire in automatic configurations could approach 700 to 900 rounds per minute, though sustained fire was limited by heat and ammunition constraints. Effective range, while reduced compared to the full-length rifle, still extended several hundred meters, adequate for the close and medium engagements it was designed to dominate. When the CAR-15 variants entered service during the 1960s, elements of U.S. Special Operations Forces found the compact dimensions advantageous during jungle patrols and reconnaissance missions. Helicopter crews valued the shorter profile inside tight cockpits. In these roles, the carbine's reduced size was not a luxury, but a necessity. It allowed faster handling, quicker target acquisition in confined terrain, and improved comfort during extended operations. Yet the CAR-15 family was not without controversy. Early experiences with the M16 platform in Vietnam were marred by reliability issues, many of which stemmed from ammunition changes and inadequate maintenance training rather than inherent design flaws. The shorter Carbine variants inherited some of these reputational challenges. Critics questioned whether the reduced barrel compromised ballistic effectiveness or increased muzzle flash to tactically disadvantageous levels. Engineers responded with incremental improvements, including modifications to flash suppressors and buffer systems to stabilize operation. The geopolitical context of the CAR-15's development cannot be overstated. The Cold War demanded readiness for unconventional warfare, counterinsurgency, and rapid deployment. The shift towards smaller, faster-moving units required weapons that mirrored that philosophy. The CAR-15 N-23 embodied this transformation. In terms of design philosophy, the CAR-15 prioritized modularity and weight reduction. The use of forged aluminum receivers reduced overall mass while maintaining structural integrity. Variants within the CAR-15 lineage proliferated, each responding to specific operational feedback. Some versions emphasized further compactness, while others sought improved reliability or durability. The N-23 configuration reflected incremental refinements rather than radical redesign. These iterative adjustments demonstrated Colt's willingness to evolve the platform based on field experience, a process that would ultimately influence the later development of the M4 Carbine. Service history for the CAR-15 family extended beyond Vietnam. While not universally adopted as a standard infantry rifle, its influence spread through special operations communities and allied forces. Its compact architecture laid the groundwork for future short-barreled carbines that would see service across decades of conflict. The psychological impact of such a weapon should not be underestimated. In close-quarters combat, the perception of mobility and rapid response can shape morale and tactical posture. The CAR-15's compact silhouette became associated with elite units and specialized missions, contributing to its symbolic status within military culture. Technically, the CAR-15 N-23 retained the rotating bolt mechanism and direct gas operation of its parent platform. The upper and lower receivers separated for maintenance, reflecting the modular ethos of the design. The barrel's rifling stabilized the high-velocity 5.56 mm projectile, balancing recoil control with effective terminal performance within its intended engagement distances. Criticism of the platform often centered on durability under sustained automatic fire and the effects of shortened barrels on ballistic performance. The CAR-15 was not designed to replace the full-length rifle in every scenario. It was purpose-built for mobility, speed, and adaptability. In that regard, it succeeded. It demonstrated that a compact carbine could deliver rifle-caliber effectiveness without the bulk of traditional infantry weapons. Over time, the legacy of the CAR-15 N-23 became evident in the evolution of the M4 and other modern carbines. Lessons learned from gas system adjustments, stock design, and barrel length optimization informed future engineering decisions. Today's standard-issue carbines owe a conceptual debt to the experimental courage of the 1960s. The shift toward shorter, modular rifles has become the norm rather than the exception. The CAR-15's relevance today lies less in its continued frontline presence and more in its historical significance. It represents a transitional moment in small arms design, a bridge between the full-length battle rifles of the mid-20th century and the modular carbines that dominate contemporary arsenals. Its development underscored the importance of adaptability in military technology. It illustrated that engineering solutions must respond directly to operational realities. It is often depicted in archival footage from Vietnam, carried by special operations personnel navigating dense foliage or boarding helicopters. These images have shaped public perception of the era's warfare. Yet behind the imagery lies a deeper narrative of experimentation, learning, and refinement. In assessing its long-term legacy, one must acknowledge both its strengths and its controversies. Its engineering challenges highlighted the complexities of modifying an existing platform to meet new requirements. At the same time, its success in specialized roles demonstrated the value of flexibility in small arms development. As modern militaries continue to refine carbines with advanced materials, improved optics, and enhanced ergonomics, the foundational concepts pioneered by the CAR-15 family remain visible. The emphasis on lightweight construction, modular adaptability, and close-quarters effectiveness persists. The N-23 variant, though a specific configuration within a broader lineage, stands as a testament to iterative design shaped by real-world demands. Ultimately, the CAR-15 N-23 was more than a compact rifle. It was an expression of a changing doctrine, a response to geopolitical pressure, and a milestone in the evolution of the modern carbine. Its story is not one of spectacle, but of adaptation. In the quiet calculus of engineering trade-offs and battlefield feedback, it helped redefine what soldiers expected from their primary weapon. And in doing so, it left an enduring mark on the trajectory of military firearms design and influence, measured not only in specifications and service records, but in the very shape of the rifles carried into the 21st century.